Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another week of ECAC Valorant. We're here in week 5. Got a round 5 matchup between John Jay College and sorry, uh, and Bushnell University. We're back in Division A Group 2. We were here earlier this year when we had Seneca University versus I believe it was Keene University. So it's nice to be back. I'm here again with Wes. Yeah, I'm excited for today.
Sorry, hello. I'm also excited for this matchup. Very eager to see which of these two universities and college going to see who wins.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. Right now we got John Jay College sitting at 1-2 on the year, and then Bushnell sitting at 2-2. So both teams got a win under their belt this year. They're kind of fighting in this mid-table spot. John Jay's one game behind since they haven't had, or they already had their bye, and Bushnell's not had it yet. So that's why there's that game discrepancy. But I mean, this is a massive match. If you're John Jay College, you can catch back up, get to those top 4 spots to move into playoff contention, and it's kind of a rough one here. Like, these are two teams that are pretty even-handed. What do you feel like this matchup's going to bring? Like, how far do you think we're going to 3?
I think we might finally see a third game here. I think both teams are pretty at least semi-evenly matched. You know, when you look at their matchups, pretty even across the board. Both have a round on Keene University when they both fought Keene. So I think that we really could see a third match this evening.
Yeah, that win against Keene University was the same, like, 2-1 map score for both of them. I think that's the only maps that Keene University have taken this season so far. Nothing against Keene. I'm just trying to build up some comparisons here. But the big thing that's the difference between them is that when Bushnell matched up against North Carolina earlier this season, they actually won 2-1, where John Jay got swept. So I think if you are an outside observer just kind of stepping in for the first time, you got to give Bushnell the upper hand in the matchup. But again, with most of these teams, it's going to be their first time running into each other. They're going to be unfamiliar with their play styles, and so really, it's extremely volatile what we'll see when we actually get into the server.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Bushnell does have the advantage here, at least a little bit with that win we talked with that win, excuse me. I think that we will definitely see a fight here though, because John Jay definitely has a bit more of a reason to win today.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into this match in just a second. Your maps today are guaranteed Haven and Abyss. The first time we get to see that on stream. And if we go to a map 3, will be Lotus, which would also be a first for the main stream. So there's a bit of excitement behind this, but we're starting back on a map that we're extremely familiar with, and that is Haven. We've seen a lot of crazy series in the past, but most of them, ending with this very heavy attack-sided map going the way of the attacker's side. I know, crazy analysis. 3-lane maps are easy to win. We actually have 2 3-lane maps in this map pool that we're going into right now. So definitely leaning towards attack-sided overall. And speaking of being on that attack side to start, that's where Bushnell is starting. So an advantage for them.
Yeah, I mean, I personally really love Haven. It's a map that's a very special place in my heart. Abyss, the new map of Valorant, is definitely going to be interesting to see as it's very unfamiliar so far to a lot of players and watchers. And then, of course, Lotus, which has been in the map rotation for a while, but is still a relatively newer map, I think. I think it's really cool to see finally, for the first time, potentially on stream if we get to that third game today.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch these maps that haven't had a lot of rotation in pro play at a collegiate level, since the metas are just undefined. So we get to see some crazy comps in comparison to, like, the Ascents that we see, where it's the same team comp every time. And even like when Haven was brought back, we've seen some weird changes in meta. Obviously, you've got your normal things like your Sova and your KJ being brought back, but the duelist position specifically on this map seems to be changing every second. I think last week we saw a Neon and an ISO go head to head, or was it? I think it was Neon and Jet actually. Um, but it always changes. Now we're in the map selection here. What do you see, Wes?
Well, I see a phoenix being hovered, which is very interesting to be seen here. I know that apparently he's getting a buff in the new update, but that hasn't quite hit yet to my understanding. And it's been locked. Wow.
Yeah,
Really
Phoenix.
interesting.
Yeah, Phoenix was kind of like early days of Valorant, a dog on this map, like very solid. I think for Phoenix maps, this is the best one. And another weird duelist, or seeing double duelists on both sides here. We got Yoru and ISO.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen ISO before. I think it was on this map. It might have been on a different map, but I mean, as we saw then, like ISO is a very powerful player as long as you can hit those shots. And at this rank, at this level of playing, I believe that these players really can hit those shots and really make the most out of ISO.
yeah. If you guys remember last week, we saw like Sheriff Frenzy. Everybody was hitting headshots and getting 3Ks with Sheriffs and just constantly getting eco rounds. So we definitely have some shooters in the server. Gunplay will be a strong point here. But yeah, I mean, fully going into attacking sided style of play, double duelists on both sides. I'm expecting some very uneven halves overall.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Especially with those, again, 3 sites on Haven is incredible.
Yeah. Other things to note, Cypher on both sides. I think KJ is normally traditionally wanted, but with the meta of Neon kind of taking shape, Cypher is getting a little bit more favor overall. But Cypher's missing, or sorry, Neon's missing on both teams, so not necessarily working out.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing this at the same time. We are seeing this really strange matchup of duelists here. So, I mean, maybe it's just these teams, or maybe she's just outplayed her views.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited to see those Phoenix buffs. By the way, I don't think they drop for another month or so. But it's going to be crazy. I think Phoenix will be featured a lot more on Haven. I'm glad we get to see it here. This is what I was talking about when we get to see collegiate matchups bring out new metas. But it's just going to be a fast rush into C early. Tropic swings, gets 2, immediate 3. Okay, the Phoenix making a statement right away. That's halfway to ult in the first 2 seconds of the round. It's a 4th? We're going to start off here with an ace. Tropic, relax. Pseudo baiting. Tropic knows where Capybara is and gets the ace. Wow, okay.
Perhaps we spoke too soon when we were talking about Phoenix. I mean, obviously, definitely still has that advantage here, I guess. It's when we were talking about early on, but maybe it's just transferred all the way through and we just never knew because no one likes to pick him anymore.
Yeah, just a hot start here, using the hot hands to get that first kill with the molly, and then just flashing 2, getting 2 with the ghost. I mean, just insanity early. So they got a lot of momentum riding into this second round. Another kind of a mid split, maybe pushing towards garage and some pressure towards B. Have a Marshall by, kind of holding down this A long. But always going that way. Footsteps heard, so Snow comes out on B main. So our back sight. Tropic gets one with another Molly kill, and Pseudo gonna follow up with a Bulldog. So immediately shut down at the entrance of B main. And this Omen and Sova going to work, just cleaning up players one by one. There comes a swing into garage, and it's a flawless round number 2.
I mean, actually, maybe we should take what we said about being attack heavy.
Yeah.
Here we have the defenders really taken in here. I mean, both rounds being incredible and got an ace on the first round and then flawless on the second. I mean, really, they know what they're doing, and maybe this is just their map. This lineup is a little unorthodox, but definitely working out for them so far. It's early, but really, really working out so far.
Let's see if they change things up here for sure. If you're Bushnell, it'd be kind of tough. It's not a great start to them. Roman with the Outlaw has to get off the angle of the Sova Dart. So finally able to take some space towards A main. You got a split here, 1 up towards long, 3 up towards short. And actually looks like maybe rethinking this position. Going back towards main. But all 4 players kind of sitting towards this A site for John Jay. Got a reset in the round here.
Just holding back towards mid, kind of gearing towards that C long.
And they're finding the right site. That Omen util going down should give some sound cues that they need to start rotating back over. All extremely quiet. Siege Tui. That's all. That's enough for them. They're going to rotate all the way back towards A. Omen's already in main. Capybara entirely separated from the rest of his team. Saturn's just sitting here.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Bucks are going to go out. Saturn's going to know this is starting, but I don't think he realizes how close the Omen is. And there it is around the corner. Capybara gets one. Finally a clean site take here. Here we go. The run it back for the Phoenix. Shut down immediately. And nobody gets two. Here we go. The re-hit. Shut down. Pseudo gets one on the entrance. On phase trades it out. Tropic finds another, but the spam comes through from nobody. So 1v3, low HP on almost everybody on the side of Bushnell. Just gonna play safe, you're not peaked. Dewey finds one. Second swing out from Crow is good. Picks up the kill there, and that's the first round on the board for Bushnell.
Yeah, definitely a very good holding of site there. You know, I mean, A side's pretty difficult to retake at times, especially if you have no one on flank. But I mean, they played it well, and I think that the rotation of that they had there, where they kind of thought they were gonna go C, you know, quick rotate out, and then towards C, seeing someone there, and then going right back towards A was a little different, but definitely worked out for them.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of initiator firepower, seeing this double duelist comp. Usually you see double initiator played on Haven. Just a bit of a switch up, and you gotta change the way that you play. They're able to make the adjustment and get a first round on the board. Suri's just gonna screaming through garage. Tatui is just abandoned backside. There's nowhere for him to go. The util dump is perfect, and that's another plant here. Nobody finds a pick on Pseudo as well. So smoke's down. Garage control in the hands of nobody. It's a great pick on a Tropic as well. It's a 2v5 retake. Come on. Doesn't find Crow. Good shots overall. Saturn gonna try to make a swing to garage though. It's a 1v5. It'd be insane if it happens. Finds the second. Surely not though. There's 3 on site. Crossfires are strong. Time is low. Saturn considering the save. Just gonna go in now. Gotta deal with logs first. The spray isn't perfect, but it's good enough. Crow and Zasuri combine for a second round. And back in it now.
Yeah, we definitely see that the 3 sites coming into play here. You know, can't keep a hold on all 3 of them as you can on a two site map. I think that here they really had that site on lock. You know, everyone had the crosshairs in place, and they all had their little spots and did really well. Hit their shots. I mean, you saw the ISO there getting that what is it, like double tap with the shield.
Yeah.
Definitely very useful towards the beginning there.
Fast-paced play, at least to start towards A, but it's just a full frontal assault down mid. Here comes John J. The Bloodhounds
Fires out.
sniffing for blood, but instead they find nobody.
Exactly where you are.
First pick, and that Cypher ult's going to expose all of their positions. It's going to cause an immediate rotate towards A.
I mean, yeah, very useful there. Able to tell that A site was open for the taking and able to get that plant down.
Now they're all going to rotate towards off-site, playing their post plant. Have a gun advantage. A bit weird that you would give up site. That leads to a little bit more variance.
Not ready yet. Shadows traveling.
Slowly scaling back in is John J. Silverdart's going to find Roman. That's about it. Time's ticking low. Spike dropping. Nobody on a decent flank. They've had so much time to get over here. No one's on Spike yet. Hunter's Fury's going to come out. It's going to be round over for sure. And yeah, look at that. Body start dropping. Capybara finds 2. Hunter's Fury gets the diffuser. And that's 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he got that flawless round right there. It's got to be feeling good, especially after 3 wins, finding that momentum on this map, figuring out where their strengths lie, figuring out how their enemy team plays. I mean, now we're seeing an operator in the hands of the Jet, Ramon, and I mean, we've seen some amazing plays with the
This goes
operator
here.
in past games, so I'm hoping for big things here and potentially a turnaround.
Here we go into round 6. The momentum here, swinger here for John Jay. They're going to want to find this one. Here we go. The power of this Yoru ult. It's just going to be perfect initiation. They'll be able to spot everybody on site. What Crow's going to see is absolutely nothing. It's a free site here for Bushnell. He's going to walk in and get spiked down one more time. So far, John Jay's not been able to get in off a post-plant opportunity. Their retake hasn't been great, and Capybara is going to keep that trend going. Finds the opening pick on the opposing omen. Suri caught awkward, flashed out, but there's the counter flash. Tropic finds one, run it back, is active. Finds Suri, can't find Crow. Getting awkward out here. Chutui trades off body, but here's this flank. Capybara, big bang planes, but Tropic is just hitting every shot imaginable. 3K on the round for him. Jatui gonna close it out. There we go, tied up again at 3-3.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good round for John Jay, being able to break that momentum they had and really pull it back and grab that operator too, back for the Jet. You know, maybe they just had the wrong site last time and it could really pay off this time. I mean, the flank really helped out there for a minute, but wasn't enough for Bushnell to call it back.
Yeah, it was good fundamental Valorant at the end of it. They just traded out every single player once they got that man advantage. Got the round in their hands. Yeah, I was talking about how they had not converted a post-plant situation. Finally get it there. The retake was solid. Still a bit sketchy. Peek out from Capybara. Pseudo can't land the shot with the Guardian. Off angle was nice. Caught the players off guard. But I think they're going to try to exploit this now. Walking up towards Garage and B. Drone comes through. Pro's just gonna walk out. Cypher trip, taken out by the shock dart. That's all 4 players sitting inside Garage.
It's you and
finds
me.
one, and there's the ISO ult. Tui really needs to secure this one, keep hold of sight. Doesn't find it. Suri, great opening pick. Again, another free plant down on C site and another man advantage for Bushnell.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that ISO ult was a very good moment there, being able to take off the one person that happened to be holding site and giving it, you know, free advantage to them to plant and get down.
Okay, Ramon making this round tough, but it's a 2v2 situation. I'm not sure what the Cypher is doing, going walkabouts here all the way on the A site, and now man down on site. Capybara has to win this, otherwise it's over. Yeah, okay, there you go. Finds Ramon. Doing enough to buy time. Great fake with the teleport. Finally able to get all the way over. It's the Cypher. Got a little bit sketchy. I'm not sure what the comm was. Nobody almost costing his team the round, but able to close it out.
Yeah, definitely a strange tactic there. Maybe looking for a really, really long flank, but on these sites, you really don't want to go from the complete opposite side to this one, especially when you have Spike down and, you know, a couple teammates down and dead.
This goes here.
Yeah, so a little bit unnecessarily sketchy. This round should feel a little bit more comfortable for Bushnell around the anti-eco, so we're just gonna see some early aggression out towards A long. Come on. Knives out. It's enough to scare them off. They're just going to come running back over towards this C site. It's worked for them throughout this match so far.
And site is pretty open right now.
Here we go. Ramon's going to try to meet them and meet them fast. Going in solo. Nobody finds Jatui running into the smoke with a classic. Ramon finds 2. On low HP, gonna rejoin his teammates in Garage, and Suda finds another with the Deagle. It's getting sketchy here, but Capybara in phase. Back some stability, but no! What a round out from John Jay out of nowhere, getting the thrifty. We're tied again, just leads shifting back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's incredible at this point in time. Like both teams are very well matched, and I mean their tactics are definitely taking the others by surprise. I think that the Phoenix choosing Phoenix here really was a good play for them because a lot of teams don't really know how to combat him and his abilities. I think I saw someone trying to shoot at his Molly at one point early game, and I was like, wow, you know, these teams probably don't play much against them and really don't know how to deal with him.
A high-level Phoenix play is not something you run into very often, and is also very good at being self-sustainable. Being self-sustainable. He's Tropic gonna turn the corner, gets a flash, it lands perfectly, finds two, and that's the Phoenix play that we've been talking about. And look at that, the ult is back up again. It's like every other round. Tropic is here with the run it back and the flash out for the other two. Suri shut him down. Suda finds nobody in mid. Now it's a 5v2. Strong start to the round. Can they close it out? I'm just walking up with the op. There's the peek, but the shot is missed. There's go Roman punished for it. He's got a lot to do. Doesn't matter, Jatui. Safe hands. There's a lead back now for John Jay.
Yeah, I mean, winning, 5 rounds so far on defense on Haven definitely has to feel good right now. Especially if they can get it up to tied game, you know, 6-6, or even a lead and get it to like 7-4, something like that. You know, I think that, or 7-8, 4-8, my bad. I think that, I mean, they really, you know, as we said, that Phoenix play, you know, definitely taking people off guard currently. And I think that it really did have that moment. I mean, if Roman had hit that operator shot, it would have been a flawless round.
Here we go. It's gonna be a fast rush into B. Crow's gonna find Pseudo through the smoke. Come on. A little antsy. But Saturn finds 2 with the Hunter's Fury. 3! Massive ult. Might find a 4th. Capybara's walking up. And oh my gosh, Saturn shutting down the entire round themselves. Just magnificent ult play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you see Hunter's Fury usually done during post-plant when you're attacking, but having it be defensive and seeing it, you know, deny that plant and even deny them pushing up on him, incredible. Really good ult here. I think that this is definitely a player who knows how to use Sova.
Yeah, they're looking very, very solid. I mean, 6 rounds on the board now on defense. Are you a little bit worried for Bushnell, or do you think it's fine? It's fine.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm a little worried here because I mean I don't, you know, Phoenix isn't exactly known for his defensive. I mean, you know, as a duelist, but some duelists can really defend, and I don't know about this.
Yeah, well, that operator not working out really too hot here up to this point. Give me another free sight here. Jatui getting revenge on Tesuri this time around, but immediately going to get traded, I have to imagine. Yeah, there's Crow finding it. Tropic, though, finds nobody. That's flank protection gone.
Blinding.
Trades of flashes, but Crow on the left side, not expected. Saturn gonna know exactly where Crow is positioned. Tropic making some noise, flashing it in sight. Good crossfire. Saturn's the last player standing and unfazed. Lives up to the name. Clutching out the round.
I mean, we saw that very, you know, like stereotypical Phoenix flashed herself as you went in there at the end, you know. Definitely a shorter range of a flash, so kind of hard to not flash yourself or your teammates. But unfortunate timing with the Omen smoke going down right as he put it out the first time, just to run into a really good crossplay there. Very difficult retake and just unable to secure it this time around.
Yeah, and it all comes off another missed op shot from Oman. It's 2 rounds in a row. Their shot. Starting to get a little bit concerned, and there you go. Tropic taken down by Tsuri. The information gained by the Yoru ultimate. Tsuri finds a second as well, and a phase. Wow, this Yoru got so much value this round, contributing to 3 kills. Chui all the way around as well, but Capybara, hello? Can't be missing those shots, Jatui.
I know exactly where.
Spike planted.
Luckily, it probably won't matter. Pseudo's gonna have to pull off the 1v5 of a lifetime. Comes all the util dump.
Flawless.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, able to tie it up with 6-6 this time. I mean,
Switching
still
sides.
not what you really want to see when you start attacking. You know,
Bring us
losing
back.
6 rounds to the defense on a three site map. I mean, John Jay might have, you know, lost that one, had a bit of issues with operator, but definitely still got those 6 rounds, which is definitely really impressive. And now they have the attack advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what they can do on attack. This
Yeah,
Phoenix is already causing so many problems on defense.
Yeah,
I'm-
for sure.
Over there.
Only imagine what it's gonna do. We'll have to wait and see.
It's something I wanted to mention and forgot to on,
Where are you?
I believe it's Bushnell now. The Yoru and Sova
Yeah.
team up is something I personally really enjoy. Yoru's ult mixed with Sova's ult can be very, very useful.
Yeah, we saw it last round. Played out perfectly for him. Here we go. Nice. Slow
Jet already
push
has
forward.
low health.
Yeah, not sure what happened to the Jet, but Suri's gonna be on low health too, but has a shield. Doesn't matter. Tropic busts through it. Gonna heal off his own Molly. Capybara
Here.
here in the reload. We'll know where Tropic is. Saturn AFK in spawn. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but nobody's gonna take that kill. Tropic finds a second on the round though. Is it gonna be a repeat back-to-back carry on pistol for Tropic? There you go, Ramon. Just timing gets that kill. It's traded, so it's a 2v2.
Last player
Tropic
standing.
can't land the shot on Crow. It's a 1v2. Plant is down. Just Tui being ass of a lot right now. That Cypher cam's not gonna help. Player spotted, but it doesn't matter. There we go, Jatui.
Definitely making up for that missed shot last round. But, you know, getting that there, you know, pistol round down, might have a little weird for Saturn to have been AFK there, but maybe just fixing something. He seems to be back now and rearing to go. Didn't really matter too much, able to secure that round. I mean, we saw Phoenix's defensive and abilities right there, able to block off one entrance to site while also healing himself and getting back that health on pistol round. Very useful currently.
Yeah, it's looking very solid. And the main thing to notice with Haven is that there's so many
Feeling
corners
ready.
to flash around. It's like it's Phoenix's playground. Especially on attack, and especially going into garage, and that's where aggression's gonna start off here. Jatui starting off hot like they ended last round. That's a collat. 4K immediately, and Saturn's gonna steal the ace away. But wow, Jatui stepping up in this attacking half.
My camera is
Pulling it
broken.
back. I mean, probably heard someone making fun of them for missing that shot while Owen wasn't looking and was like, took that personally, taking it all back right now.
Yeah, well, heating up at the perfect time. It's just a great performance from the Sentinel, and not the half that you would expect. See if they can carry it through. It's going to be a little bit less of a lopsided affair. Okay, Suri's not giving up yet. I was a little bit concerned. Saw FF on the wall. Lost pistol. It's not that big of a deal. There you go. Tropic flashing in the garage. Everybody's just going to try to get the heck out of dodge to Suri. It's dinked, but finds the wall spam. Great opening pick.
Deploying drone.
Util not enough to break down, and there was no possibility for a trade. Tropic just kind of ran in, guns blazing with no support. Roman met by the peril of Capybara. It's a great start here for Bushnell.
Yeah, definitely was able to get
Cutting through.
their ISO to Siri low right off the bat, but you know, with that shield and not able to actually secure a kill.
Good awareness from Saturn. Good shock dart as well. Just bowling these players out of garage. Able to take the space himself. Oh, unfortunate timing. Can't find the kill as a result. Unfazed. Winning the Sova mirror match.
Cover going out.
Feels a bit unlucky. Spectre now in the hands of Pseudo though. They push into the smoke. Unfazed is sitting there waiting for it. Just gonna
30
push
seconds left.
aggressively into spawn.
Last
Crow is
player
watching
standing.
this, and that
Spike
is
down.
perfectly
C.
covered. Every lane, every option smothered right now by Bushnell. Jatui finds one, can't find Tasuri, and there it is. Round back for Bushnell. Very much needed from them.
Yeah, able to break that momentum once again, you know, having, I think, 3 rounds on the side of John Jay, able to break that momentum finally. And I mean, you know, incredible plays there and uses of util from both sides, but, you know, just able to, that early round where Phoenix had the flash out when we probably should have had the gun out, just, you know, punished and wasn't able to recover from that.
See what John Jay responds with now. It looks like towards
Revealing
towards A,
area.
and it's going to be a heavy, aggressive meetup. 3 players sitting here on this A site, looking towards long. Dropper's going to walk down, turns the flash, spotted by Crocos. Just going to get back towards safety. Faye is going to owl drone out, but that Molly's going to do a lot of damage. Faye sitting on 31 HP after that. Here's the run it back. Tropic gonna go in aggressively. Shock Dart not cared about. Capybara is gonna be spotted on that top box, and there you go. Ramon trading it immediately. Pseudo gets back sight. Saturn trades off Crow. It's a 4v2 and just immediate
Player standing.
gunfire right away. They're not trying to let Spike go down, but it does. So now nobody. A 1v3 situation. Spotted out. Spam through the wall. It's dire straits here. 1v1 from Saturn. Might give him the path back in, and there it is. Finds the opening pick. It's a 1v2 now. The odds are a lot better, but it's still really hard to get out of this A-link spot and onto site. And yeah, there's the call. Looks like a save for Bushnell.
Yeah, probably best in this situation. I mean, it was doable, but odds were, you know, odds were not in their favor right now. I think that pulling off and saving is probably the best option here. I mean, we saw that rapid gunfire right off the bat. It all happened so quickly. Able to get it down, get on site, and plant that spike.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to get in post-plant situations. And their comp reflects that. It's not very good for retake. And yes, you have the Sovadar and Owl Drone, but after that, what do you follow it up with? You don't have the breach stuns that you're used to on this map. Yes, you have a flash from both Yoru and from Omen, but can only do so much. It's not as you know, efficient or as precise as some of these initiator flashes that we get to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can see a bit of, you know, shielding from ISO being almost like a human shield and pushing in with other agents behind him, but I don't think it's enough to really recover a second initiator on this map.
No, it's definitely not, but they do have that Yoru ult in hand now. Will make retake easier, at least information gaining easier. Saw such large gains off of it in the first half. Let's see here. It's a lot of aggression towards Garage. Spam coming out, just gonna clear that back window. Here comes the entry onto site. Nobody cut off with the wall. Spike not down yet. Here comes the aggression towards back site. Swing. It's not good. Nobody actually finds two. The Sentinel coming up big, but Pseudo trades two as well. Roman with a classic finds nobody, but it's a 1v2 here. Spike stranded in the middle of site. Phased. Goes down. It's a 1v1. Information will be in Jatui's favor. Fell back to Garage, but I don't think able to collect Spike, so Capybara's got the advantage here.
30
With
seconds
some
left.
noise. I think it's entirely lost on where Jatui could be. Finally honing in. Looking towards Garage. Left is covered, and there's the swing. It's a bit awkward, a bit slow. Capybara punishes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that playing off of the Cypher ult might have been the best play there, and pulling back might have cost them the round a bit, but I do think that it got close there towards the end. You know, had that 1v1 when it really might not have needed to be, and I think, I mean, you know, Bushnell is definitely a team that we were looking at for the advantage here, and we thought we're winning, and so far, I mean, John Jay is at the advantage currently. You know, only up by 1 round, but we've seen, you know, some really good plays by them on both sides.
Yeah, the protocols have been really solid, and I like their game plan on attack. Weakness so far has been on post plant. Crow finds an early pick though on Roman, just all the way down long with the Marshal. Sorry, not with the Marshal, with the Guardian.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Roman, you know, not hit shots before, and maybe this is a bit of a one of the sore points here, that Ramon just not playing to their best currently.
A one-way throw in here, but it's not entirely safe. Yeah, Tsuri realizing that, backing off now. Actually works off in the benefit of the attacking side. I think you can peek that from window safely. Tsuri playing with fire, chickling this window. Back off now, and there you go. Back into a lull. Default coming out. I don't think they know what site they want to go to yet.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, Tropic's gonna go down on B. Got a little too aggressive. Looking anywhere for space, but this player's just anchored on every single site. The numbers advantage is firmly in the grasp of Bushnell. We're looking like it might be another tied round here. Or tied up match here.
Yeah, I mean, with their econ weapons currently, you got a marshal, a sheriff. I mean, it's hard right now, especially on attack.
Time ticking low.
10 seconds
Comes
left.
out. There's the first tag on site. So we'll know they're on A. Spam's gonna come out, and they're just gonna completely deny plan. Combining the ISO utility with the Hunter's Fury. Spike can't go down. I like the creativity. They've really kind of fed into this combo with Sova, and then just kind of layering that on with ISO and Yoru util.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that idea here when you're using your duelist as a bit of cover or information grab for your initiator, especially with an ult like Sova's. I really think that when you use information right, like the Yoru ult, or being able to kind of rush in with ISO and his shield, that it can be a really big game changer on how you play Sova.
Get out of my
Yeah,
way.
and the vulnerable just allowing more and more damage to come out from that Sova utility. I think that's 4 or 5 Hunter's Furies kills now from Sova's this game. So, been a difference maker so far for both teams. Tropic and good. Flash. Slow down their push just a little bit, but they're looking like they want to keep pedal to the metal. Suda's going to go straight into backside, sitting in hell. Yeah, it's going to be a full 5v5 retake. Spike's going to go down.
Spike planted.
Unfazed. Position is noted.
Roman has out the blades, which has been pretty useful so far.
Here we go. Ult start flying in. Suri and Pseudo lands the shot perfectly. And the bodies start flying everywhere. To Suri finding 3 on the round. And just the Marshall in hand. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be a lead now for Bushnell. It feels like it's been a minute. This
Yeah.
defense coming strong.
I was sweating.
Yeah, definitely. Here we're seeing that attack I guess we're seeing attack at disadvantage, but sorry. I mean, they've been pretty good with the defense, being able to spread out across all 3 sites so far and able to anchor at least, have one player on each site for the most part, where John Jay was usually leaving C pretty open to take. So I think that they're a very good and confident defense team, which we're seeing right now with this, lead coming out of after having so long of not having the lead.
Yeah, and Bushnell's been using the ults so well. I mean, that last round, they used both the ISO and the Yoru ult for the retake, and I think without those ults, the retake's a bit weaker. But man, it was beautiful to watch when it all came together. Capybara in a very interesting off-angle position, sitting on top of this box. I don't think if they push Garage, they'll look for it. And no players are towards grass, thanks to the Owl drone. Moss is going to sit here outside of B. Comes the run it back, but the counter utility is fantastic. Unfazed finds the first pick on Roman. And there's an Odin now just spamming down B main. Chatui finds Capybara. They're going to immediately try to pounce on this garage space that's been taken now. Gaps are trying to be closed by the defense. Nobody finds a second with the Odin. Spam is solid. Like sitting awkwardly on the C site, totally abandoned. Saturn finds one with the Sheriff. Chatui can't find him phase, but it's gonna go right into Saturn.
Last player standing.
Saturn can't
30
find
seconds
Tsuri though.
left.
That was the way back in.
I have
It's a
retrieved the
1v2,
spike.
but Chatui able to grab Spike. Nobody trying to prevent the spike from going down. This wall is spammable. Not through 2 boxes, though. There you go, Tsuri. Safe hands. Closes this one out.
Bringing it real close here. You know, you really don't want to be in this situation if you're John Jay, you know, having Bushnell get back that momentum, and so in such the later game, you know, having this be 11-9 here, you know, just 2 more rounds and they win it. So definitely feeling the pressure John Jay must be.
Yeah, and they're on an eco, so it's going to be tough. Surprised not to see a timeout come out here. I mean, I think this is such a critical round. At least you want to talk. Now we have an op in the hands of Crow. He's got an operator and an Odin. That's all the stopping power you could ever ask for in your guns. But that means the retake's going to be a little bit worse. It's just heavy default look from John Jay to open up the round. FaZe Aldrone finds Pseudo in mid.
I have the spike.
Gunfire being traded, but no health going down on any player. Looks like the movement's towards A. Cam's knocked out. That solves problem 1. Shock Dart's gonna go towards heaven, tag up nobody. There you go, the trip is gonna find someone immediately. Tsuri. Perfect timing on the swing, finds 2. Has a difficult cross to deal with, but that near sight from the Omen is fantastic. Tsuri just able to run in, keep going. So just running for his life, it doesn't matter. And a 4K for Tsuri puts them on map point.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I think, very well done by Bushnell, able to keep that players right where they needed to be and respond well to the util that told them where the players were. I mean, I really like Bushnell's utility use so far. I really think that they're using it to their fullest advantage and doing a really good job with it.
Yeah, they really found the synergy with the comp. I like the look so far. It's definitely unique, but it makes sense when you watch it in play. It's very fluid, like the 1-2 process. But there you go, Capybara getting a little bit too comfortable. Walked all the way up too long, immediately punished. And there you go, garage space taken by Roman quickly. This is kind of turning into a disaster here for Bushnell on the defense. It's a free site for C, and you're already down 2 men.
Spike planted.
Take flight.
Only damage is on Tropic, who can heal himself, but no. Tsuri finds him. 4v3 now. You have ISO hold in hand if they decide to go for it. Doesn't look like that's going to be the plan.
Player standing.
Tsuri trying to go for a hero play one more time. I'm going with 3 in the round, and Crow, I think, opting to save the op. And why not? You have a 3-round advantage to play with.
Yeah. Here, I think, is the time to play safe instead of losing a gun as expensive as that, especially when you've already lost the Odin. I mean, really well done by John Jay here, you know, breaking that momentum, finding where it is, feeling that desperation of match point and not wanting to lose the first map.
Yeah, they just able to break lines really quickly, caught the aggressive player out immediately, and just pinched in from both long and garage. It was beautiful to get executed. I just want to know why, you know, the element was caught that far down. Like, Capybara, what are you doing? Just play with your team. You're the smokes player. You gotta stay alive.
Yeah, feeling that match point confidence there, thinking that they'd be able to take it early and get a pick early on. You know, not used to seeing that many players right there.
Looks like the operator is going to change hands.
Standing ahead.
High angle played by Capybara in mid. There's been a lot of players peeking from window, so it's a good idea. Here we go, another aggressive push towards C. Tropic's already out of sight. It's gonna cut off CT entirely. Nobody trying to get the spam. Finds Chatui and Roman.
Spike planted.
Way more than he deserved in that round, and this looks like it's probably going to be it. It's the 1v1 between Tsuri and Saturn, and I think it's over either way, and yeah, that's going to be wraps. Tsuri coming up massive in these last few rounds. That's a map 1 win for Bushnell.
Yeah, definitely a really well played map. It was close there, almost throughout the entire thing, until the very end when you had that, you know, 3-point lead, and to the very end, you know, I very much thought I was going John Jay's way, you know, after that defense round, but I mean, Bushnell really pulled it back.
Yeah, they really really did. And again, Tsuri started rolling really late into that game. Just pulled up so many clutch rounds. It was really big for them on the duelist side. Roman, I think a bit of quiet. We saw some flashes. I think they had a 4K or 3K with knives one round, but other than that, it was a quiet map one for the duelist on John Jay. Hoping to probably recover as they move into Abyss.
Yeah, I mean, had really strong when it came to the knives, but with the operator they had a couple times, didn't really seem to be making the shots too often, and just didn't didn't pay off for the most part. Very eager to see what they have in store for us in the next map on Abyss of all maps.
Yeah, I mean Abyss, not a map we've been able to see on the mainstream so far. It's very new into the meta. I personally have not been able to see too much high level play. I think it was really only played at Champions and I think round 3 of the regional competition for VCT. So that's all they really have to base it off of, and it's very fluid. So I'm excited to see the comps that come out. I know people don't necessarily love this map. It's a bit weird. The eco rounds get a bit sketchy, seeing a lot of just, hey, let's just send all 5 players off the map at the beginning of the round to deny ult orbs. But I don't know if we'll see that. Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
overall, big question mark.
For sure, for sure. Very interesting. Very eager to see what we have in store here.
We're just taking a little bit of a break. Player's going to recoup. I mean, it was a pretty tight map one overall. I mean, only 3 rounds separating them. And I don't know if it was exactly what we expected. Like, I expected this matchup to be close. These are 2 mid-table teams in their division. They have some similar results, some different. Any surprises for you so far?
I mean, yeah, I very much expected. At the beginning we said we have that prediction of Bushnell potentially having that advantage here, but I really did not expect how good John Jay would be on defense at the start. I mean, they secured 6 rounds, tying it, having that even for the defense on Haven. I think that's very impressive and not what I expected at all. And of course, the Phoenix, having a Phoenix on this map or having a Phoenix in this level at all is really, really interesting to see. And I mean, Tropic played him really well. I think that Tropic knows this agent and can play him very well, which what makes him a really good pick for this map.
Yeah, it wasn't the duelist that was quiet that map, and so Tropic's got to be feeling pretty all right. I'm wondering if they're going to stick with the double duelist comp or who the flex player is as they move into Abyss. I mean, again, yeah, we saw double duelist on both sides. And that was such a weird map result for the comps that we saw. I mean, I don't think either of us expected a 6-6 first half on Haven, especially with again 2 duelists on both sides.
Yeah, definitely not. I do think Abyss is pretty good with initiators, and I think that we might be seeing double initiator on Abyss, as information is really important on this map, especially with the risks that this map comes with.
Yeah, we'll start a counter for how many people accidentally jump off the side. I'm sure it'll happen at least once. Always
Yeah.
does. But yeah, initiators are the name of the game. I'm expecting some gecko, but just gonna be a few more moments. Not sure if we have any updates or not on when we're gonna get into this map too. Yep, it's just question marks. All good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we're waiting. We'll see when we get into it. I'm not sure. Hope everybody's doing well, chat though. Yeah, we are in a 5-minute break. I don't. We should have taken advantage.
We might want to take a minute to rest our voice, get some water, recover.
I know we may be going to a map 3. It might be a long haul for us. It'll be the first time we get to do it on stream.
Yeah, yeah, definitely would be interesting to see. And I mean, to see Lotus as well, such a objectively beautiful map in its design, and then such an interesting map when it comes to like playing and mechanics.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I hope we get there. I have a lot more I think to say about Lotus than I will about Abyss. Um, I'm gonna be learning a lot from these players as we head into this one, and I think that they're learning a lot as they go as well. Again, it's yes, the map's been out for a few rotations in the meta now, but takes a few acts to get really everything outlined and what's perfect strategy or what's not. So it's always fun, again, to see what's going on early. And speaking of what's changing, starting tomorrow, new map rotation will be out, and ECAC will be reflecting that map rotation, I believe, immediately. So that's new Sunset. We get Split back, which I know is a fan favorite for everybody. And we have to say, unfortunately, goodbye to Lotus. And then what was the third map they're adding back in, or is it's just those two?
Taking out Icebox and putting in Pearl and Split.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so Pearl is gonna be back here. Maybe get to see some more Harbor played, maybe some Astra. I know that's not necessarily been lacking. We've seen some Astra come back, especially on Haven with the recent buffs. But hey, Pearl, that's kind of the stomping ground for those two agents, and not really seeing much anywhere else. I think they have like two of the lowest pick rates overall in the meta right now. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like Pearl myself. I think that Harbor plays on Pearl can be really interesting to see. And Astra plays too. I mean, I've seen both and I've played with both people before, and I think that it really does, so someone who knows how to play those agents, it can really make a difference there. I've also seen Harbor played on Split a decent amount, believe it or not. I think it's definitely unorthodox, but I think he really adds to it if you know how to play him on that map.
Yeah, I think Split's more of a. I've seen a lot. Like Walls definitely work really well. I think we usually see Viper a little bit more, but Viper obviously seeing a fair bit of nerfs between uh, patches. I feel like they just keep doing it to her, but it doesn't matter. She's always sticking around.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She's a very solid agent, even with all the nerfs she's gotten.
yeah, and we'll see what goes on. We also haven't seen Vise, I think, at all on stream so far. So we'll see how she fits into those maps. Could be potentially very, very solid on a map like Split, especially with all those tight lanes. Be good for holding down mid. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm excited to see that. I've seen Vise played on Bind so far in other leagues and streams, but I don't know. Feels like a bit of surprise at this point that we haven't seen her.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just because, getting used to her and getting used to the new maps as Abyss as well, trying to figure out where she fits in the meta. I mean, she's a sentinel, but I feel like she's played a little bit more like a duelist, to see her very aggressive most times.
Yeah, I mean, getting the flash for yourself is really solid. It's kind of a hybrid here, but I don't know. I mean, we'll get to see her when we get to see her. I can't make predictions on what we're going to see because I don't really have information on what these teams play. That's the fun thing is we get to learn along with everybody watching. And yes, we are supposed to be the experts, but can only so much with what's given to us.
Yeah, I mean, and seeing you can always assume based on meta of what already exists, but when you add a new agent into the mix, it's really difficult to tell where she'll fit in and where her abilities will really shine through.
Yeah, agreed. I'm going to pivot over one more time because we did talk about a Sunset. Did get some pretty massive map changes. I think the one that everybody's going to be talking about is the fact that B is no longer just going to be get the bomb down and span from main. It'll actually be a little bit more interesting. It might be get the bomb down and spam from market, but the entirety of where the spike can be planted has changed. So it'll be fun to see how players cope with that. I mean, Sunset's been picked so many times throughout um, our batches previously. I think it's a map that people really enjoy playing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I really think that it's really interesting to see such drastic map changes and then not taking it out of the map pool or
Yeah,
like while it's already in rotation, like having people be just thrusted right into it. I think it's really interesting, and I really hope we do see more of it in the coming weeks to see how it looks, and see how people adapt to these changes and how maybe even how the meta changes a little bit here and there.
yeah, I agree. And again, we're at a collegiate level. We're at a very high level, but this isn't VCT. That's why I always find it a little bit peculiar when teams just play the same comps that VCT teams play. I understand like wanting to mimic success, but I like it when you're a little bit more creative and can find things that work that don't, necessarily need that extremely high precision that you see on a stage like Masters or Champions. And
Yeah.
that's why, like, that last Haven map was extremely interesting. I mean, those double duelist comps, I don't think I've ever seen before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was incredible, honestly. I really like to see differences in the meta. I think that when players find their niche and teams find that, strange comp that or like strange like players work,
It looks like we're finally going to get into this one. It's gonna be Abyss. First time on stream, first time for me casting. I don't know about you guys, but it'll be a fun one. I don't know if I want to throw you in hot water, but it is agent select time. Break
Yeah.
it down for us.
All right. Well, we're seeing a Chamber and Astra combo from
Okay.
from Bushnell, which I think is interesting. You see that ISO once again, who I think can be really helpful on this map. We're seeing Sova again, seeing that double duelist comp coming in. We're seeing a bit more of that double initiator. Oh, well, we were not anymore. uh, on John Jay for a second there, but here we're just seeing. I think, you know, I don't. It's hard to say. I've played a decent amount of Abyss, but I've mostly seen um, players that are, focusing on initiators, and here we're really not seeing that. Just seeing the Sova. I mean, I think that it'll probably work, and I
Yeah.
think that it definitely has that. Um, they all know what they're doing. I mean, we see similar setups, with the Cypher and Sova on both sides, and Yoru, of course. But
Yeah.
just seeing a bit of difference in having, an Omen versus Astra.
I personally like the Astra a bit more, especially on Abyss. The gravity wells are really, really strong, and having that universal smoke is really nice because Omen can feel a little bit limited range-wise on this map. But I mean, Bushnell just kind of keeping it where they left it off on the last map. I mean, the only agent change is from the Omen to the Astra, so we're gonna see a lot more of that Sova, Yoru, ISO, utility mixed together in that synergy that works so well for them. Cypher obviously fits in that a little bit, obviously with the pings from the cams and the trips. Here
Yeah,
we
I
go.
mean, but from John Jay, we're seeing such a difference in who they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, even the controller player switching off G2 on the this time.
Done.
Bit of difference. Saturn gonna stick on the Sova, which makes some sense, but moving Roman from the Jet to the Cypher, hopefully they get a little bit more success not having to be that arrow. And okay, Tropic's just gonna walk straight into the smoke, barrel first, and Crow's not gonna let that one happen. Yoru's on both sides. I feel like an agent we don't get to see super often, but I mean, I say that almost every ECA match that we have streamed together, there has been a Yoru somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good character, and if you know how to use him, I think his util can be really helpful. And as we've seen, his ult can basically just be another initiator.
Yeah, I think that's what people like. It's kind of a hybrid initiator duelist and pseudo. Wow, what a pick. Finding it just through the gap, and Crow. Good trade though, just spamming it back.
30 seconds left.
No more advantage taken firmly. Nobody has a decent flank here if possible. Has to sneak past Cam. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to rotate towards A. Time is winding down, but Knives are out and sprinting. It's a free A site. Roman kind of getting caught in mid. Nobody
10
causing some
seconds
havoc.
left.
Here you go. Spike is coming down. Crow going to be up to
Spike
3
down.
ult orb, so building that ult economy really fast. I think nobody just slips the crack unnoticed. Going to be able to find a nice flank. Here's first engagement
there.
now. Cypher, get out on the site. Out towards main, just gonna drop down. They're smoked off, so might have to be some pistol spam early. There's the gravity well. That first initial wave of Jatui finds
enemy
2 immediate 3. Never mind. Wow, Jatui. But nobody
One enemy remaining.
unnoticed and
Clutch.
finds
Oh.
3. Oh my lord, nobody.
Really the savior of that round, able to bring it back after, you know, that insane sort of flank. Really impressive there, able to save that round for them.
Yeah, I mean, I said slip through the cracks unnoticed, but then just slip through the cracks, let his entire team die, and then just, you know, clutches out an easy 1v3. Of course, that's what you do. That's the 100% play every time, apparently. But there you go. Chatui, great start for him. And yeah, what a way to get off the bat for Bushnell. Starting off hot. Sorry, nobody. I don't know why I said Chatui. I'm getting all confused. Not even playing Cypher this round. There you go. Crow. Long range battle 1 with a Spectre.
Gotta appreciate that Spectre.
Spike planted.
Don't know if it was built to do that, but you know what? You're not gonna say no if it happens. Sometimes the RNG just lands in your favor. Bro, holding this another long range angle with a Spectre. Eventually this has to go punished. Swinging out wide, nobody spotted. Nest. Bro caught pack site, just gets out of there. Tropic trying to find something. Roman finds the first. Players all caught off site. No one's on bomb. Nice one-way here and unfazed. Sitting perfectly, not gonna allow anyone to get down.
One enemy remaining.
Maybe getting on bomb. No, gravity well. It's gonna make it basically impossible, and FaZe gonna close out the round. Jump off the ledge and maybe survive the bomb. Doesn't matter. Fall damage taken. That's 2 on the board. Winning their bonus. Good stuff for Bushnell.
Yeah, and the first time we're seeing the, you know, able to fall off the map, even if it was intentional this time, you know, really seeing the dangers there. I mean, really good play by Bushnell here. Able to really grab that round, and I mean, as we said, you know, Spectre not meant for long range, but able to really play off this round.
Roman really considering where the trips go. Again, this was the Jet player last map, so I'm a little concerned. You know, is the confidence there on the setups? We'll find out. Here is an early default. Looks like a mid split. Some 2 towards B, 3 up. Library. Probably gonna get spotted out by the Owls. So it's gonna slow down that push. Pseudo, I don't know where, but I think just found the long range shot with the Marshall. Tsuri gonna even numbers up on Tropic. So Blow's trading early. Weird 1v1 encounters. And there's another shot from Pseudo, looking fire with the Marshall. Crow trying to trade it out. That's not gonna be possible. Lots of damage gained with the Marshall so far, and escape ability there to dash away. Saturn finds another. It's a 4v2 advantage. Players are on site. Spike is tapped. Not gonna go down yet. Crow, nice flash for himself. Finds 2.
30 seconds left. Last
It's
player
extremely close, but
standing.
Chatui's not gonna let this one get away from him. And there it is. Closes it out. Safe hands of the controller can always be relied upon. It's a round on the board, but 3 players go down for John Jay.
Yeah, I mean, not much they could do there with the, I believe that was a Bucky in his hand. I'm not sure. It seemed to be a shotgun. Not really much he could have done there with that, you know, by himself. So,
Yeah.
but, you know, good round. Able to take out 3 players, but just not enough all the way. Able to knock on their econ, but not enough to knock it out.
Well, now Pseudo has the operator in hands.
Who's next?
For a little bit of a change here again, Roman was dedicated off last round. Definitely changed. Okay, Cypher's just gonna get absolutely pinged out and most likely spammed unless they figure out what's going on right now. Somehow alive on 1 HP, but you know, Roman's gonna take it and get a pick as well. Are you kidding me? How has he managed that? Pseudo finds one on Crow as well. It's an advantage here. It's just falling apart here for Bushnell.
One enemy remaining.
Absolutely unlucky. Chatui finds 2 to close it out. 3 overall in the round. And okay, I mean, Roman.
Not really quite sure what happened there, I'll be honest. I mean, had him straight in your sights and was not able to get it, I guess.
Like you saw the pings. You just had to, point and click at that point, but
Yeah, even on the mini map, if you were like, like
This is a nice spot.
yeah, but
it was a little crazy there.
yeah, Harry Houdini is actually playing for John Jay College, just so you know, and their name is Roman. Look, big round, and Roman definitely stepping it up from how things went on for them in the first map.
Deploying.
Sorting it up here, Tropic opening pick just finds the Astra. That's massive. Nobody gonna trade out the duelist, but I mean, it's gotta feel bad losing the Astra so early. That stops basically all of your ability to push on a site, especially with only one initiator on your team. These long-range angles are gonna be so much better to fight from for John Jay.
Yeah, I mean, some of these corners are absolutely brutal to try to go past when you have a long-range weapon holding it.
Economy disadvantage as well. It's getting sloppy.
Take
Mid clash ongoing. Tropic
Spike
finds
down
one.
Mid.
Enemy tag.
Surrey's gonna get pinged out. It's gonna run away. Can't afford to get spammed through the wall. Already on 15 HP, but Spike is kind of abandoned in mid. Pops the shield to grab it and just able to escape.
30 seconds left.
Pro finds Tropic. We're just kind of lurking up a little bit too much. Not watching for this high mid angle Saturn. Covering it now, but it's too late. Already towards this A site. On 2 HP. Flash coming
10
out.
seconds left.
Fake clone. But it's all a ruse. The story's already on site. Spike's somehow going to get down. Players were there from John Jay. They just didn't turn to look.
Last player
On
standing.
again on 5 HP, getting a kill. I feel like this is just a habit now.
Take teleport.
Pro's on 5. It's gonna be difficult. Gonna have to do it all with a ghost, and it won't matter. Diffusal is stuck. That's 3 in a row now from John Jay.
Yeah, found their rhythm, got into it, got it back. I mean, we were saying it on Haven, has so many corners to, hold or flash around, but really on Abyss, everywhere is a corner at some point or at one point or another, and someone could be hiding behind it or holding it, and it's really, really hard to tell. I think that it's hard to attack on this map, especially when you have very low initiators.
Yeah, and again, losing Capybara so early makes it so tough.
It's you and me.
You want your controllers and your initiators alive on this map.
I'm having a bit of a tech issue right now. I can't really see what's going on the map, but I hear a lot going on. I know there was an ISO there somewhere. Hopefully stream could see what's going on. I don't know if you can, Wes.
I can see what's going on. I think
Okay.
it might be on your side.
Alright, I'm gonna try to
Player
fix
standing.
that. Oh. Okay, I think my Discord is just actively collapsing on itself. I hear the round has ended. Wes, what was the result?
Yeah, John Jay got another round up, making it 4-2 currently. And a timeout is starting, luckily for you.
Okay, well, yeah, my
So,
whole
you
computer is
can-
like frozen, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, can you,
I will, I might have to restart. I'll be back in a second. I'm so sorry,
alright.
guys.
No worries, I'll do my best here without you.
I got it. I'm here.
Hello, thank you.
Hey, chat. Damien here.
Our lovely producer has joined me.
I am
Has to not leave me
struggling.
alone.
There is so much
Yeah.
fast-paced action going on suddenly. I look away for 1 second and suddenly something happens. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams will just suddenly start pushing out of nowhere and be able to give it to you.
It's the explosive action of the double duelist really. taking
Really.
its pace.
Yeah, I mean, both sides have completely different not completely different. They both have Yoru, but having that Jet versus ISO, definitely different here, as Jet's kind of specializes in getting out of situations, being able to dash, while ISO can kind of go into them with his shields. And we're back out from the timeout though, which is, I mean, very good here. able to get right back into the action, into the setup. Maybe breaking John Jay's momentum here. We've seen that a lot in our past games that we've casted here. That a timeout really does break the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Yeah, once again holding that angle right there with getting onto, I believe it's B site. Yeah, it's definitely, when you're holding that angle, definitely hard to pass through. But pushing back, being spotted by the drone, unfazed, getting one kill on the Sova diff. But here comes Roman, able to trade it back. Spike is down, Roman is low, and it's a 2v4 now.
Tropic sneaking in behind, ever so slightly missed.
Oh, just barely there. Timing and being incredible, but able to get one. Still unnoticed.
Last player standing. Thrifty.
Capybara coming in and taking it from behind, even though wasn't able to notice him at first, able to notice him in the end. Wow,
Really strong
definitely.
Thrifty.
And as you see, once again, that timeout breaks the momentum. Time and time again. All you really gotta do is call a timeout, apparently. When you get that, you break the momentum of your opponents. We're seeing John Jay still in the lead with 4, but Bushnell coming right back up with 3, having won that last round.
Well, let's go. That's exciting to hear, and I'm happy to be back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that stream. I apologize. Hopefully it was great for the brief moment I was away. Here we go, back into the game. I'm just gonna get right back into it. We're round 8.
Ooh.
On Jay. Down. Okay, sorry. Okay, we're good. Sorry. Finds one on Ramon, and Tropic gonna get the op shot on Crow. And here we go. Tropic in a 1v1 against the ISO has an op in hand. It's gonna be difficult. Just gonna opt to go with the classic. Just trying to get away, but it's He's not gonna let that one go down. That's the power of ISO, especially into an op. Here we go. 3 posted up, finding Saturn. Stuck outside of A main. Stalling here. Oh, there's the Hunter's Fury. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to defuse this bomb. Especially pinging to an unfazed finds Jatui. And Capybara just finds a collat randomly. And that's the round. And Bushnell ties it up.
Yeah, as I was saying before, that timeout, it really does. It breaks the momentum. Every time we've seen it so far, timeouts have broken momentum. I mean, that round, losing the operator there, the really well-timed ISO ult paired up with the Astra ult was actually something I didn't expect, and I think was really interesting, to avoid hearing them plant and hearing them get on site, only to ISO ult when you don't know how close they might be.
Right, yeah, and it just, again, we've been talking about their ult util on the side of Bushnell has been fantastic so far. And here we see it from John Jay this time around, trying to combo with the Hunter's Fury with Crows. Or, sorry, Crow goes down due to the combo. Capybara finds 2, though, in response. It's a 1v2 situation. So Suri trying to enter onto site. Ramon sitting up high. Lone walks Pi, but Tsuri doesn't fall for it, and he finds Saturn instead. Tsuri finds a second as well. Tropic finally trading it out, but it's a 1v3. It's going to be difficult, but no. Who does find 3? It's Capybara. And 3 rounds in a row for Bushnell.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. You're having it brought right back from where it was before, where John Jay had the advantage, and now Bushnell's taking it right back. I mean, that was a pretty good round, really good round right there. Tropic tried to get it there at the end, but in a 1v3, it's really hard. You really can't. You gotta be able to pull off those hero plays.
Yeah, a lot of ult invested there from John Jay on the round. You had the Yoro ult and the Hunter's Fury go down. So, gonna need a little bit less resources to work with, but luckily Bushnell only has Cypher's ult in hand, so not really a huge impact once they get to a post-plant position. Tropic caught swinging a little too much. Tsuri to take that free pick there. Try to get around Secret to just catch them off guard, but it didn't work out. Actually, going to result in Bushnell kind of backing off and resetting, your regrouping and try to find some space.
Yeah, that one early pick and then kind of pulling it back.
Spike
unsure who else might be on site, and also making your presence known.
Yeah, playing a bit safe and also, forcing rotations. You gotta fill in the gaps that were left behind. So I'm gonna try to single-handedly lock down B.
It's you and me.
ISO ult gonna come out one more time. I feel like I've seen Tesuri use this 2 rounds in a row now. Jachui though, better for it. Been the hot hand so far for this John Jay defense. John Jay roster overall.
I know.
And I don't think Pseudo is ready for that one. Capybara and nobody have creeped up so far onto this B site. Catch the player off guard, and now it's going to be a quick rotation over. It's going to be a freeze plant as well. It's a 4v3 retake. You know exactly where the defenders are positioned.
Nice cross hold here.
Like the positioning early. It's going to be hard to break into. There's the flash and finds both, but Crow is even covering for it. Find a trade, but it's not good enough. Saturn with a Sheriff in hand can't do enough. Nobody. 3K for them. 6 now. Starting to run away with it. Bushnell.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely doing really well here. I think that playing it safe was probably the best option there, you know, having a bit of a rotate, or seeing a bit of a rotate from John Jay, and then moving it to B site. That slow push up and that pick right off the bat there really opened up site for them to take it.
Well, the Beacon's definitely showing the path to victory in this series. Guy in the way. Keep this one up, they'll win it in 2-0 fashion. It's been, I wouldn't say dominant, but they've definitely kept it, very competitive and kind of run away with it things near the end of halves, and that's kind of where we're getting to right now. Momentum's definitely in their favor.
You
We're
want
going
to
to try to
fight
go
it?
towards A this time around. The Astra ult coming out once more. Tropic, though, finds
down A.
unfazed immediately. Traded out. Actually, sorry. Crow finds Saturn. One disadvantage still for John Jay. It's going to be difficult. Capybara goes down from Pseudo, and it's getting a little bit sketchy now. Crow with 3. It's a 2v2. There's many guns on the side.
Who's next?
John Jay. Crow doing the smart thing. They're going to grab Spike, try to rotate out, maybe try to find the gun as well. Not entirely sure, but just going to regroup, play it safe. That's been the Bushnell way, and it's worked for him.
Yeah, I mean, after losing so many people, and even with the Cypher ult coming out there, knowing where their positions are, definitely best to regroup and play it as safe as you can.
These defenders are so
Oh.
split. Chatui's all the way towards A, but that... Oh, player fell off the map. Nobody was not playing for that. Now it's a 2v1 and a thrifty win. Okay, a little bit, I would say, lucky for John Jay.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when you don't have to convert the 2v2, but wow, what a blunder from Bushnell.
I mean, I think it was a jump mishap paired with, I think a Cypher trip came into play there.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of things going on there, but, those jumps are risky to take every time. Even if it seems simple, once you're in the moment trying to make it, you really don't know what's going to happen. Able to break that momentum from Bushnell, though, and, break that streak of winning.
Yeah, there's a chance for another 6-6 half and a great 50 round from John Jay. What they needed. I said we were going to start a counter for how many times people accidentally fall off the map. Well, there's one.
Yes.
It was going to happen. And wow, what great aggression from Pseudo, just walking up all the way through B. I think finally understanding the game plan here is just to play extremely slow, defaulty play style. And wow, he's just a wrecking ball, stomping through everybody on Bushnell. The Beacons just completely in disarray. Spike is down outside of B. Unfazed, trying to find some high ground, maybe try to work around these defenders. Suri finds 2. We're getting sketchy now, especially with Unfazed finding Pseudo. I don't like this. It's suddenly a 2v2, but Ramon, I just think in such a strange spot. Wouldn't expect anyone to be there. I was Bushnell, so back to a 2v1 advantage to
30
Suri.
seconds left.
Been good for these in the past. Take a lot right now. Doesn't even have spike. Just gonna slowly scale up, try to clear all these angles.
Got the spike. Show me a target.
Don't like the fact that these two defenders aren't
Cage
linked
3.
up.
10 seconds
Ramon has the cam to work with. They're gonna know exactly that the spike is going down. Ramon's just gonna run straight towards the Surrey. Not slowing down for a second. And we have another 6-6 half in this series.
Spike defused.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tazuri was trying to get that, you know, relying on the shield to try and save him before,
Switching sides.
you know, planting and trying to get that down as soon as you can. But I
found
mean, you know, when you push up like that, especially knowing the position with the Cypher, the cage, getting out there, you know, pushing through it and planting. I mean, just really good util play, but Tazuri probably not expecting getting those two towards the end there and putting some pressure on John Jay.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that the first real sign of counterplay we saw from John Jay came in the last round of the half. Like, they finally exploited the fact that there was gaps on the attacking side and that they were, you know, pushing these weird 2-3 lane splits and playing extremely defaulty. I mean,
Recovering it.
you take what you can get. I think they're a bit fortunate to have a 6-6 half again. That fall from Bushnell definitely was a momentum swing, one way or another. John Jay needs to be good on their attacking half. It's been their weak side. They need this map to force a map 3 to kind of, you know, try to take a win in the series. They really need it for the season. Unfazed, you'd still spam going out on the Pseudo. Owl Drone comes out. And Pseudo's just trying to do their best to stay alive. That 30 HP. Pistol spam, good crossfire from Capybara and nobody, and it's just so solid from these two. They combine for 3 and spikes in the middle of a site. There's still 5 alive. Ramon, knife out. Can't find Crow. Flawless start to the half for Bushnell.
Yeah, I mean, you know, having flawless on a pistol round is definitely really good to have starting off on defense here. I've said it before, I think this map is probably defense-based if we're thinking about all the corners you can have and hold for it. But, I mean, I'm expecting pretty good things from Bushnell on defense here.
Well, let's see if they can continue to keep it up. Almost every single second round after the pistol is gone in the favor of the people who won the pistol. We haven't seen any switch up so far. We've seen a few thrifty rounds, but not so far. Pseudo, long range duel classic. It's lit up for it. It's like mid aggression is the game plan for John Jay. Spam, pot shots taken. Nothing netted for it. As I say that, there goes Jatui, just started finding a huge pick. I would say the best player on this map so far for John Jay. It's a 4v5 and 2 players are low. You have no progress towards any site. Rough situation early on in the round.
Yeah, I mean, you have very little information on where the players are besides a couple people have been mid, but mid can rotate real fast from anywhere.
Farming orbs, traveling a distance, running across the map, maybe just trying to find some sort of solace in the fact that maybe you can get something going next round. Chop goes down from unfazed. This mid hold been extremely solid. FaZe finds another, and just Pseudo alive now. Gonna try to find a definite less impactful ult. That's probably the one you want to give your body to. Nobody. Yeah, sorry. Wow, that was a mouthful.
Yeah, a second flawless round in a row for Bushnell, though. Must be feeling pretty good here, and Econ must be looking better. I mean, you know, just being able to see that 2 flawless rounds in a row. I mean, pistol, and then after pistol, their Econ. Now, John Jay has guns, hopefully feeling better and more confident on getting on site. You know, maybe not having to play it so safe this time.
Economy looking great for Bushnell. Going in, and it's an aggressive push early from Tazuri, and he finds 2. Good flash out. Pseudo finds 1 in response. Crow is also aggressively here with his teammate. Pseudo gets 3 in the round, finally gets traded out, but it doesn't matter. 4 found for Bushnell. Nobody finds the 5th.
3
And
rounds in a row. For
yeah, 3
Bushnell.
rounds in a row. Bonus 1. Panic. Gotta be
Yeah.
setting in now for John Jay.
Definitely. You know, just desperately trying to get a foothold in somewhere and just not able to. Not able to win a round, not able to get that many kills. I mean, they probably weren't expecting Tsuri to be so aggressive this round, but I mean, it really paid off for Bushnell. Pushing up there and getting them all by surprise, even if it took a couple of them out.
And we talked about the double duelist comp and what it needs to do, and it needs to be in your face and aggressive, and ISO and Yoru definitely allow that to happen. Yoru can kind of create for himself and hope that Yuto caught out in the open. Shots missed. It's just a full 5-man push down B main. There's only 2 players remotely near site. So imagine site's given up here. Suno is off map and trying to do something. There's a second fall now.
Right, counter.
Yeah, they don't know that yet. But yeah, they're gonna finally realize that this is a 1v4. And now it's a 1v5 with a player who's not on the map anymore. So that's gonna be a free defuse. Whoops! Not great for John Jay, especially if they wanted to get back into the series. They're now down 4 rounds, and it was just a sloppy execute. I don't know what else to say.
Little wonky with the defuse there, but able to get it. I was a little worried there. I could tell that it was speeding up and they hadn't gotten someone else on it. But yeah, no, I mean, as we said before, you know, falling off this map is a really big danger, and you really don't know what. You really just gotta be careful of those edges, and it's the only map that you really can fall off on. So, really gotta be careful.
Yeah, but you're Jet. I mean, you can float. We saw it there. Bought some time before they died, but I mean, unfortunate for John Jay. Not how they wanted to go into that round. And the execute actually looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, 4 rounds in a row though on Bushnell right now, bringing it up to 6-10.
Biggest lead we've seen so far. And oh my gosh, nobody just spam and throw a smoke and finds 3. Why not? Been electric so far and gets rewarded for some more, I guess, precise gunplay.
Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phantom not usually known for that precise gun play, but if you're gonna pray and spray, that's the gun for you.
Yeah, doing its job. Yeah, I don't know what you do now if you're John Jay. You just sit back and let the round play out?
Hopefully they come to you, or, you know, they push you, maybe save these guns, but I don't know. I think they're in a really tight spot right now with 6-10, 2 players.
Yeah, it's Bushnell's been extremely safe. I don't think they're gonna push for fights they don't need to. And yeah, Tsuri finds Jatui, and yeah, that's 4 kills for nobody. 3 of them through a smoke. A bit fortunate, but
I mean,
you create your own luck, right?
Yeah, incredible round by nobody. Really pulling that there. I don't even know what to say. I just through the smoke. Just either incredible luck or really good skill shown by nobody right here with that spraying through with the Phantom.
Let's give benefit of the doubt here. Obviously, nobody's been cooking all game, so we'll say that's pure skill.
Yes.
No luck involved,
Never.
as always. Never. I mean, when we see the Twitter reel later, I'm sure that's exactly what will be the case. Here we go, pace taken up here, and Pseudo finds one with the knives. Nobody is down. That's the Sentinel down, causing such havoc. But Capybara trading out. Roman, though, making it even to Tsuri. Threat down, actually. Roman went up big so far. 2 picks in the round, finding 2 impact players for this Bushnell side. So it's a 3v2 post plant. Like planted for main. Paranoia's gonna shove both these players off, but they're gonna regroup together. High-low played here from John Jay.
Last player standing.
Tropic finds Unphase, and Crow's gonna have to find 3. Spotted out, finds Jatui on 11 HP. It's a 1v2, and it's gonna be pretty difficult, especially because Roman's just gonna run offsite here, use that cam to buy some time, and just spam the spike. No reason to throw your life away. What is Roman doing? Just kind of running around. I don't think... Is Crow gonna go for a ninja defuse here? He is. He's on spike. I don't think he's got it. Roman's gonna get it covered. Yeah, okay. A little bit sketchy. think that we wanted to, go to map point on that round, but
Right. But definitely there was almost scary there for a minute there. I didn't think he definitely didn't have time there, even if Roman didn't get him. I think that, or nobody, whoever killed him, didn't get him. I think it would have been very. He wouldn't have been able to get it anyway. But good round.
Let's go.
Let's go.
oh, here we go. It's round 19. John Jay needs a bit of a streaky run here. They gotta get a few in a row if they want to get back into this one. Roman's got a cam placed up mid. Just like another aggressive hit towards A. It worked last round. Why not go for it again? But the main thing is you gotta knock out nobody early. Here he goes. Clone through. Spike towards back. Or sorry, dart towards backside. Nobody's sitting in this cage. Entirely protected from all of the util. Tsuri also here to reinforcement. Tropics is in there, and wow, way to make some space. There comes the trade. So Chewy finds Tsuri. Capybara is down. Crow with the op, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stop this spike from going down. It's another 3v2 post-plant situation. Crow
Planted.
and Crow and Unfazed called upon once again to try to convert this, and this time though they find you too early. Tripwire goes down. Saturn doesn't find the kill. There's the trade. On. Needs to step up big. Swing is here, and Crow though ready for it.
Stop trying.
Perfect placement of the crosshair.
And that brings us up to match point here for Bushnell. I mean, just really unexpected there
Match
with the
point.
two
Let's
able
play
to
We're
not
done.
be able to do what they weren't able to do last round and get that point for them. Crow, an incredible player, and I mean Tropic, even though they lost the round, able to make that space the way you want from a duelist.
You gotta be unselfish, but it's just, I don't know, question marks thrown up. Roman even having a much better game than last game, the only player positive on the John Jay side, so I don't know what you do if you're John Jay, especially because look at how many ults are in the hand of Bushnell. I don't know if a dry fire Hunter's Fury is going to do for that, because all players here on this B site, they just stacked A. Questionable decision for Bushnell. I think they just wanted to end it with force early on in the round. Here it's going to be a post-plant situation on an eco for John Jay. A little bit of life given to them.
Yeah, I mean, John Jay must be really feeling the heat and desperation right now, but may work out in their favor.
Tropic, what are you doing, lad? That's not that's not the plan. Walking straight into nobody, looking the wrong direction. Was an even number retake. Now they have an advantage in Crow with ult. Gonna ping out all of these positions. Capybara finds Saturn, and there the bodies start flying. Tsuri finding the last player, and that's gonna be game, set, and match. Clean retake. Only one going down on the side of Bushnell. Crow's gonna get this defusal,
Team Ace.
and that's a 2-0
Defenders
victory
win.
for the Beacon.
Yeah. Able to bring that back
Portal closed.
at the last moment. Not really last moment there, but able to bring it back there. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. With a fall-off counter of only 2, surprisingly enough.
Hey,
I think it was 1 from Bushnell and 1 from John Jay. But, I mean, we saw some incredible plays today.
yeah, I mean, but those two, unnecessary deaths were huge momentum swingers both ways. I mean, allow John Jay to get back to a 6-6 half, and I don't know. I think if we didn't see the execute go, the wayside due to Pseudo falling off the map, I don't know. It would have been a bit of a different half, I think. But either way, Bushnell looked so strong, both sides of their attack. I mean, they only lost 1 round on that map too. So they'll improve to 3-2 on the season, and John Jay, it's 1-3, and it's going to be tough to try to get back into that playoff position.
I know John Jay felt that towards the end of the Abyss, the second map, but just not able to bring it back at the end there. Bushnell, as we said, had the advantage there and was really able to take it, and, just a very impressive team. Definitely tell that we're in the upper leagues here.
Yeah, I love the util combo, the continuous use of the Sova, Yoru, ISO, and Cypher. Looked like it was their bread and butter, and it was hard to stop. But enough about the matchup. I think we're gonna wrap this one up here. Pleasure to have you again, Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun series. We'll get a map 3 eventually stream. I promise. The script writers just really like art to keep things short, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I mean, both college students got to get back to homework or something.
right. Well, either way, that's been week 5 here. It was just Division A Group 2 matchup between John Jay College and Bushnell University. Make sure you stick around tomorrow. There'll be some Rocket League action headed your way. Again, same place, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you check it out. It'll be a fun one. That's going to be it from here to from us here tonight. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It was a pleasure as always.
Thanks. Thank you everyone for listening.